So, I got this book today, and it's called Divergent, and I just finished it, like, maybe 15 minutes ago, and it was really good. So I was reading it, and there's this character, and her name is Beatrice. And she goes by Triss when she gets to her little area that she's supposed to be in. So, this book is called Divergent. It's by Veronica Roth, and there's the cover. So, she goes to school with her brother Caleb, who, yeah, it's her brother, and she's raised as an abnegation, which is like they're selfless and they care about other people than themselves, which is what I just said. So, she's raised like abnegation. So she goes to the test, and her results are like inconclusive, which means she doesn't belong in any of like the groups. But she can choose abnegation or dauntless, and she ends up choosing dauntless, and her father isn't very happy about that in the beginning. But she goes to the training areas. Gosh. And
Huh?
I can hear your music.
I can't hear you at all.
Okay, and then she goes to on a train, and they jump off the train to land on a roof, and then they jump off the roof to land to this net thing, which leads you to your area, I guess. And I was really confused at that part, so. But this was like the best book I've ever read. I've said that I've had a lot of favorite books, and this was one of them. I like this book. So yeah, I like the cover. So she gets trained at Dauntless, and she ends up meeting a girl. Her name's Christina, and that ends up being her friend. And then they do this like series of tests where they have to like fight each other, and Triss ends up fighting Peter, who's a big dirge face, and ends up almost killing her. I don't like him. I'm gonna shut this because it's just not okay. Okay. Okay, and then they go through the fear test, and her first one is crows. And she's like screaming for help, and no one can hear her, and then she ends up like getting out of it. It was like her only test that she did first, and then she goes through another test, and it's like one where she's like in a glass tank, and I saw this in the trailer. She's like in this glass tank, and it has like water coming out, and like you could see he's backing up, and like she could see her friends are like laughing because she's stuck in there, and then she's like, what if can I break this? And so she ends up breaking it. So she wakes up from the test, and then he's just like, you're Divergent. That was like a whole thing where like that was like a Divergent thing. And yeah, so then she goes to, it's hard to explain. Albert, one of her friends, like, okay, so Peter, Drew, and Albert, like, kidnapped her. I think it was Drew. Oh yeah, Edward got stabbed in the eye with a butter knife, so he ends up having to leave. And so does his girlfriend Myra, I think that's her name? Yeah. So, and it was Peter and Drew who did it. And then it's because Edward was at the top and Peter wasn't, and then Peter ends up being at the top, and then Triss is number 5, and then,
okay. I could hear for a moment, because in between the songs it stopped, and I was just like, no.
But then, so Peter and Drew and Albert end up kidnapping, Triss when she goes to get a drink of water, and, Tobias ends up hearing her screaming, like, her mouth is blocked off, but then it gets taken off, and they're, like, hanging her over a ledge, and being kind of abusive, and, which I thought was just disgusting, and then Tobias comes in and he, like, beats them up and stuff, and then she has, like, a pain in her head and stuff, and then, like, she's bruised from her fight with Peter earlier, and then Tobias is like really, really, really nice to her. And, like, he wasn't before, but now he is. So I was just assuming then that he liked her. So I mean, I saw the trailer and I was just like, I want to read this. And you can't tell a lot from the trailer, but yeah. Then she went through another fear test she went with Tobias to find out like what his fears were and why he was called for, and then he found out his real name. I don't actually know his full name. Yeah, so then we get to a part where her mom comes and visits her, and Will's sister is like not nice, and she's just like, I can't believe you made friends with like one of those people, like the Dauntless people. And he's just like, I can do what I want. I don't care what you say, girlfriend. But then there's like this part where she goes to see her brother who's in Candor, and they're not allowed to lie and stuff. That's what I'm assuming. They're not supposed to like lie in the So there's this lady, I can't really pronounce her name, but I don't like her. I think her name is Gianna or something like that. I mean, it looks like that, but I don't know what her name was. So, I'm hanging off the edge of my bed. I'm just like gonna fall over. Okay, and then they go to this like, okay, so Tobias and Tris end up kissing at one part, and I was just sitting there going like, I was like flailing my arms like I always do in my books. Like when I read books, I just sit there and flail my arms. And Veronica Roth is a really good author. And so then she ends up getting in trouble the next day, and then Eric's just like really pissed off. And yeah, so they end up doing like, there's this thing that happens, and then she ends up having like this thing put in her neck, and they can't control her because she's Divergent, but they can control the other guys. So they went to go, they're in a war against I can never say it, like, just what? I just can't. What? Abnegation. And they end up like shooting random people, and someone was gonna shoot Tobias, but Trish shot him in the foot, and it was Eric. And then they end up running, and then Trish gets shot in the shoulder, and then they go to like this like place, and then the lady is there with the blonde hair and the blue dress, and I'm not even sure that she had blonde hair. I said that she had like blue hair or something like that. And she was wearing like a blue dress, and then she was like talking to Tobias and Triss, and she's like, well, we have to like arrange an execution. So Tobias ends up like strangling the lady in the blue dress. I'm just gonna call her that because I have no idea what her name is. And like the Dauntless guards like end up bringing him back and like putting his face to the floor, and then she gets like a syringe out and puts it in his neck, and then he doesn't remember who Triss is. Like he's like trying to kill her, and which pissed me off. So they take her to room B13, and don't ask how I remembered that. I just read this book. So they take her to room B13 to have her executed. So they try and drown her, but her mom ends up like breaking the glass, and she's up saving her. So we find out that her mom was Dauntless. And hold on, let me. Okay, hold on a second. Yeah, her mom was dauntless, and her mom made her like choose abnegation on the choosing day because she wanted her to have something safer. And I thought that she was like Divergent or something too, but they never found out who she was. So she ends up like saving Triss's life. She ends up dying, which made me so upset. And then they go to like this area where her dad and her brother are, and her dad ends up getting shot too, and so he ends up dying. And they go like to the control room where Tobias is, and they end up like fighting a bunch of soldiers, but one of the soldiers was Divergent, but they only know that Tobias and Triss are Divergent, and none of the the other people that are Divergent, no one knows who they don't even know that they are, because they've never been in like an act or anything that was like you're not supposed to tell anybody because like the dauntless people are like not dauntless. Divergent people are like dangerous. So then they go. Triss goes to the control room and she's like Tobias, it's me. Like I know you don't remember me and all, but and then he like ends up almost killing her, like seriously. And then he ends up remembering who she is, and I was so happy. And yeah, I was just so happy. And then there's a part where Caleb comes, and then like Peter. Okay, so Tobias' dad is Marcus, and Marcus is just like Tobias, and then Tobias is just like, I don't want to be around you because I don't like you. So then Triss like handles it for him, and she's just like, sorry, I should have let that to you. And she's just like, nah, it's okay. And then they go, and then it ends, and it was really good. I recommend this book. It is called Divergent. It's by Veronica Roth. And it is so freaking good. I just like, I can't. Like, she also got tattoos. She got 3 ravens on her collarbone so that she could have like one of mom, one for Caleb, and one for dad. And then she got like a dauntless thing, and then one for oh my gosh, I can never remember what it's called. Abnegation. Oh my gosh, like, so smart. But I recommend this because, yeah. One for dauntless, one for abnegation. I can never say abnegation. Like, it was, like, stuck in my head, and I'm just like, no, I can't say it. But I really want to get the next book. So, yeah, I recommend this book. I hope you guys like this video. By the way, happy, like, Thanksgiving, because I didn't make a video yesterday, so I thought I'd make one now. Okay? Bye! Thanks for watching, and I recommend this book to you all. It's I was in the middle of reading Clockwork Princess, and then I was just like, you know what? We're going to start reading this. And I finished it today, and I was so happy. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go now. Bye, guys. Oh, P.S. I've started to wear earrings. So if you see me wearing earrings in a video, it's because I'm wearing earrings. Because I can. So,